your table, but aside from that, like I have one calculator up here. So if you spot my calculators around the building, please bring them back. Like if they somehow made it over to science or you were in AO working on something, like please bring my calculators back. I remember you are not waiting for me when we're doing Desmos. You like if I want you to wait, I'll restrict your screens. You can keep going through as much as you can. By the way, Reese, I highly doubt you're going to watch the video, but we miss you, just in case you do watch the video. Have a great trip. Do you remember where she's going? That's just rude.
I'm going to Disney too in December.
Also, just rude.
This is my first time going as an adult, Mr. Hudson.
Ooh, I honeymooned
I went as a
there,
kid and never had went as an adult.
All right, Elijah, do you need some help getting into the Desmos? I know I'm asking you to do multiple things, but you've been in here for a few minutes. I'll go ahead and write homework down while you're doing that. I got you. Do you ever use the W with the slash? Guys, I get that you're in the habit of going through Schoology for things, but you're really making your process longer than it needs to be. If you just start typing DES in your URL bar, you've been to Desmos before, it'll pop up. You can go straight there. You don't have to go through Schoology. Some of you are making this like more cumbersome than it needs to be. You could also bookmark it. That is a brilliant idea. We're gonna go buy some ice cream. Following the directions here? Yeah, because I don't see that you clicked them to check their prices. Oh, right. The directions say to click them. Dude, don't just say yes. Like, I know you think that's the answer adults want. We want the truth.
And we want to be able to help you.
Yeah.
Stuff, let us know.
I know. We don't have enough color ink to print all of your guys's in color. Clayton, are you good on the warm-up slide? Because you can move on whenever you're good on that one. And we got to get back in the swing of things.
I feel like we're all struggling today because it's Monday and we had camp last week.
Random cards will get us back in that swing of things. Liam, what did we do on this warm-up slide? Help me out. Well, okay, but what did we do first? So we clicked on these to reveal their prices, which is actually also on your paper. Right? And I'm checking on where we each are. So we're all past that warm-up slide. Josh, can you tell me something you noticed about those ice cream sizes?
The ice cream sizes, something I noticed that they're increasing by 2 each ice cream size.
What do you mean? What's increasing by 2?
The ounce.
Ooh, so Josh noticed, if you look right here on your paper, I know, sorry, it's in gray. If you look right here on your paper, we went from 5 ounces to 7 ounces to 9 ounces. Josh is pointing out it's increasing by 2 ounces each time. Reese is not here. Jackson, can you tell me something else you noticed?
The price of
Ooh, went up by 80 cents. Went up by 80 cents. Great observations. Go ahead and keep working. We'll write some work on our paper in a minute. Go ahead and keep going. So Kayla knows that the sauce would cost the same per ounce, no matter what size you get, because she knows that one up by 80 cents, that one up by 80 cents. If we kind of work our way back down, it would all kind of end up the same. So we're not getting a better deal on either of these. If we can talk price per ounce or cost per ounce, you know how we can figure that out? Like what we have to do. Totally fine if you don't, because that's why we're about to fill this in together. So just make sure you got your pencil ready. All right, I appreciate that you don't try to revolt when I pause the activity, because the quicker we just do what we need to do and then I can unpause it. So we're starting to see on this slide here, I need to not show your names, so I'm trying to make sure since I'm recording I don't show your names. They're asking us, how much does the soft serve cost per ounce? Cost per ounce. Can anyone help me out? I'll even take a volunteer on this one. We need per. What does per mean? Jackson, we've already talked. So Lakin, what does per mean? Yeah, it can mean like for every. So you're right. There's a one word thing that I want to make sure that we write, and then we can write like for every or for each. So I mean, we could go ahead and write for every or for each. What math does it tell us to do or that somebody else already did? Do you want to take another shot, Lakin? Yeah. Per means division. Per means division. So either somebody did a division and they're telling us the answer, or we need to do a division. For this question right here with Kayla, are they telling us the cost per ounce, or are we needing to figure it out? We need to figure it out, right? So over here on our paper, Clayton, go ahead. And you've got highlighters at your table, right? If you'd like to pull out a highlighter. When they ask us price per ounce, we're going to write some work to show us what we did to calculate it. Can anyone talk me through figuring out the price per ounce for the small? Sorry, I know I just asked that like that, but now I'm looking down at, hey, I have cards here I should keep using. Clayton, can you talk me through what we should do here to figure out our price per ounce using the small? Because the order matters. Price, you could write this on your paper. Price means like the dollars, right? Dollars, cents, however much. Elijah, you with me? You gonna wake up? Do we need to do jumping jacks? Per means we're gonna divide. And ounce, I don't know why, but we abbreviate it OZ for ounces, even though it's spelled with a C. So the math we're going to set up, we could either do $2 divided by 5 ounces, or we could write it $2 over 5 ounces. Right? Both of these show us the division that we want to do. And if you need to grab a calculator, that is okay. What do we end up getting? A lot of you already typed this answer in. What do you get when you do that division? But with money, would we just say 0.4?
No, 0.4 dollars.
Mm.
Cents. 0 40 cents.
40 cents. Hey, friends, this is why I have your screen paused and I'm making us talk about this. With money, we're always going to go 2 decimal places. Money goes 2 decimal places. Always. Unless it has no decimal places, we need 2. Now, hold on though. Labels matter. It's not just 40 cents, because you can't just give them 40 cents and get that small ice cream. It's 40 cents per ounce. So we would label this. We've got our dollars there. So this says 40 cents, but then we would need to say per ounce. Now wait, let's check another one of these. Oh, and can you talk me through how to do the price per ounce for the medium?
You just do the same thing, except you do 280 divided by 7.
So Owen says do the same thing except do 280 divided by 7. What do we get there? Ooh, same answer. Wait, what about, Caroline, can you help me with the large? And what do you get when you do that division? So guys, up here I've got some notes that you can read as you want to, but like we don't really need to read together, right? You guys know how to read. So you are welcome to keep moving on in this activity. It should be unpausing now. So we all know the price per ounce now is 40 cents per ounce, right? We should have a couple examples written down. Go ahead and keep going. Not right now, because we're in the middle of math class. If there's time left. So guys, I'm filling up notes on paper because Reese is gone, but also because I want you guys to have these. Remember to take your notes with you and keep track of them. Can you bump back to that first? So I think we started a little bit.
Do it over here. Okay, over
Back
here.
to that first.
I look for you.
Full
You can
screen.
start.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So you clicked on one of them, but I don't know if you clicked on all of them. Maybe because the prices are showing up. So we can see the price is going up as the amount of ice cream. Great. I need to slide two. I feel like you kind of went through too quickly.
That's showing.
So I want you to click here and read what this says.
Yes, make sure you stay over on this side, okay?
Correct. Make your own, like, you can get as much ice cream as
Yes,
you want.
Elijah.
You're going to have to pay based on how much ice cream you get. Makes sense? More ice cream, more money. What is it asking us to figure out here?
Okay. So
That's not what it's
make
asking
your own.
us. That's
So
telling
it's
you
so
something.
each ounce
I don't know that name.
is 0.4
That doesn't matter. Skip
dollars.
over it.
That nurse that
So,
saucer.
You know, with 5 ounces, she can do 3. Or I mean, she can do $2, right? For 5 ounces.
Saying what? You skipped over the most important word.
Oh yeah. And then 7 ounces, she can do
Cost the same
2.80,
amount,
right?
Per ounce.
So
no matter
if we,
what size you get.
So let's imagine that these pens that I'm holding are the ounces
well,
of
it's not gonna be 7. It's 7
I give you 1
will
ounce,
be 2.80.
you got to pay some amount, right? I give you another ounce, you got to pay that same amount again. Give you another ounce, you pay that same amount again. Give you another ounce, you pay that same amount. So the more you get, the hungrier you are, the more you're going to have to pay. Does that make sense? That's proportional. That's what we've been talking about for a while. So over here on the paper, we should have written down a couple examples of how to figure out the price per ounce. That's why I'm coming back here and going a little slower for you. So let's go ahead and highlight price per ounce.
There we go. Okay, so let's see how she got. So can I borrow your paper?
And we use the notes that we have up here. What does per tell us to do? Division. So we're going to take the
Yep, that's
price
what I was about to say.
divided
So
by
if
the
we do
number of
3,
ounces. So go ahead and you can use this calculator. Or if we have a handheld, but go ahead and do it. What's the price of the small?
so if we take 3
And then how many ounces? So we're going to take the price divided by the ounces and see what we get.
Well, that doesn't help us, right? But if we take the price
Is that the
divided
price?
by here, the ounces, that's going to give you that amount.
See why I said a regular calculator is easier? I'm going to let you fight with this and I'm going to try to find us a regular
Price
calculator.
divided by the
I wonder
ounces.
which will be faster.
Yeah, there we go. So let's go back to that. You remember? I got it. Divided by, not multiplied.
You borrow it.
I gave you that. Yep. So if we take 3 and multiply it by that, it's
So-
0.4.
So you did do this quicker than me, but what was I just saying about money? Should we just say 0.4? So your ice cream shop, what you wrote right here, you're charging $100 for every ounce of ice cream, is what you wrote in the box. I don't think that was what you meant to write.
No, I'm not.
That's right.
So notice how it's got the label? So we need to
So
erase
here's
this and go ahead and change
how,
it to
or
what you
here is how Nina figured out how much stuff there we can get every dollar. So this is how
So
she did
this price feels a bit more reasonable. I might be able to afford this ice cream.
So look at this
But
real quick,
money.
and then I'll come back.
Money.
Watch.
So we're gonna put a second decimal place because you just fell in the trap. It's not 4 cents.
Yes, Major.
How many cents is 0.4? Because it's 0.4. We need a second decimal place. What number can we put after the 4? That won't change. Like this is 0.4. Is that still 0.4? Yeah, the 0 doesn't really change anything. Now we could call it 0.40. But now if we're thinking dollars and cents, how many cents is that? 40. Right? So it's not 4 cents. That would be great. That would just be super cheap.
He didn't divide.
It's not 40 cents. Or sorry, not 4. It's 40. That makes sense? So now that we're charging 40 cents per ounce, if we did that times 5, we'd get our $2.
How do you
If we did that times 9, we'd get our $1. So let's go ahead and check our work and then move on. That is doing the right thing. So make sure that you're getting, if it like pops up with a red X or something, you ask for help again. Alright, so move on to the next slide. So they want 8 ounces. How much should we say we're charging per ounce? So we use this calculator to figure out if it's 40 cents per ounce. What will it cost for 8? Because it's not saying dollars per 8. Like it's telling you, we know it's 40 cents for every ounce. Right? We figured out it's 40 cents for every ounce. They want 8 ounces. So here's 40 cents, here's 40 cents, here's another 40 cents, here's another 40 cents. You gotta keep up. Remember, these are our ounces of ice cream. So if it's 40 cents, instead of doing 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40, how can we do that? What math will let us do something multiple times quicker? Addition, or subtraction, or multiplication, or division. So we could keep doing 0.40. That's our first ounce. There's our second ounce. There's our third ounce. This feels silly.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you tell me to do addition? Don't call me silly. There we go. Now we're rolling. So go ahead and type that in because that's what you're going to charge that person for that 8-ounce ice cream. Does 8 ounces is half a pound, just by the way. So you start to kind of get some things in your head. A pound is 16 ounces. I need to bring in a couple like free weights of like here's a pound versus 5 pounds, just so you guys can get like a feel. A pound is not very much. Like a pound is not like I would eat a pound of ice cream probably. Like yeah, it's not actually that much. Well, no, that would probably weigh a couple ounces. I'll try to borrow a scale so we could like do some massing, right? Like Mrs. Denies would probably prefer that we say we would be massing items. Where did the activity go? All right, so I want to make sure that like I want to give you as much time with Desmos as possible, but I want to make sure that I help you with your homework because mainly we're working on calculating rates. What you are getting into is applying that rate to charge people what they need charged for your ice cream, right? So what we want to practice over here on your paper, these questions might be what you see on your homework. So grab a pencil, go ahead and read the first problem, and then if your card hasn't been called yet today, you know your chance is going up. Ooh, let's read this top part actually first. Anyone want to read for me? I'll take volunteer for reading. Jackson, you want to read the, actually this whole thing up here, I guess? Yeah, from the let's. That's fine. Go ahead and keep going. Guys, I used to teach in a very different way. I used to try to convert everything to decimals and work with decimals. And then I realized at the end of the day, we were often converting back to a fraction because the decimals weren't as nice. Yeah, sorry, I'm awkwardly staring at some people that seem to still be distracted by their screen, and I don't know why because it should be locked. Or at least, like, the Desmos should be locked, so I don't know what you're doing. Fractions are better. We're going to practice this together, but if you choose not to, that feels like a not-so-great choice. Jimmy, what is the question with Harvey? What are they asking us to find?
The average in kilometers per hour.
If I was you, I would highlight the per statement. What was that per statement again? Kilometers per hour. Yeah, and what's kilo mean? What's that prefix? Kilo means 1,000. So this per statement tells us what math to do. Jimmy, are you able to sit next to Clayton? Because every time I look up there, you're just staring at him. I need your eyes up here. I need you writing on your paper. Because I want you to be able to get through your practice without much struggle. So, how many kilometers? 3 1/6, but that's a mixed number. Can anyone remind me how to turn 3 1/6 into an improper fraction? Lakin, you remember this skill? All right, talk us through. So, Lakin said we do the denominator times the whole number. So 6 times 3. And that was 18. Sorry, that might be tough to see. That's an 8. And then you said we do what with that 18? So this is really how many? 19 6. So guys, imagine this like pizza. If you have 3 1/6 pizzas left, how many slices? Well, if each pizza has 6 slices, and I have 3 whole pizzas, 6 times 3 is 18. I have 1 more slice, 19 6. So this is really 19 6 divided by how many hours? And then we can grab our calculator. Now here's the thing you got to be careful with. I learned the way my other calculator. This is the problem with y'all having my calculators and not yours. I'll get out another one. Mrs. Fisher, you're welcome to hang on to that back there. So, check it. I want to show you guys this trick once, and we got plenty of time to practice it a couple times. So watch. 19 6. We need to type in using parentheses unless you're going to waste your time with the fraction button, which, like, you can, but notice that this calculator doesn't have a fraction button. Not all calculators have fraction buttons. So this is why I'm going to try to train you. Every calculator has parentheses. Whether it's Google calculator, Desmos calculator, the one in your backpack, they all have parentheses. So we type in fractions like the division that it is. So 19 sixths is 19 over 6. I use parentheses to group it because otherwise my calculator is gonna get confused. So then we do 19 6 divided by, what do I need to type in still? Yep, parentheses 1/4. Now, this is not a great number. I've got a different way for us to do this. We're gonna practice more of this tomorrow. Today's mainly like, I just want to intro it, I want to show it to you guys. The other way we can do this, when we have a fraction divided by a fraction, I'm curious if any of you guys saw this last year, is a little process that can be abbreviated with 3 letters. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken. I actually learned a whole lot about Colonel Sanders listening to one of my weird podcasts. Anyone know what KCF means? Anyone see this last year in your math class? Lakin? What do you want to say more about? So Lakin said it stands for keep, change, flip. Hey, unless you know more than Lakin, you should not be talking right now. If you didn't know what KCF stood for, you don't know more than Lakin. Sorry, Lakin, go ahead. So guys, division is tough. If we want to avoid division, nothing happens with the first number. The first number keeps, it stays the same. I should see pencils going. The division changes to multiplication, but we can't just do that out of nowhere. That creates another change, because if you switch from division to multiplication, something else has to change. So what did that F stand for, Lakin? Flip. So we're going to flip this second fraction. And if you're choosing not to write this down, that feels like a bad choice. Jackson. Multiplication of a fraction. Like, literally, you have written down what I haven't written down yet. I know, I'm asking you to quit playing with your hat and pick your pencil back up because I'm actively still writing. Multiplication is much easier. It's not E-word, it's just easier because we go straight through the top, straight through the bottom. So once we keep, change, flip, straight through the top, straight through the bottom. All right, what's 19 times 4? 76. What's 6 times 1? I should know that. 6. And yeah, if I just type in 76 divided by 6, I still get 12.6666. Anyone know what that decimal actually is? Jimmy?
12.6.
What this 0.6 repeating, I should have asked this differently. What fraction the 0.6 repeating actually turns into? Well, guys, check it out. Hold on, because actually I don't want you to shout out the answer. I know 12 is my whole number. That means I can pull out 6 12 times. What is 12 times 6? If you don't know, type it in your calculator. What's 12 times 6? 72. So it's on the screen. So I'm trying to give people time to think. So what does that mean our remainder is? If that's 72, what's our remainder? 4 over 6. So really, this would be 12 and 4/6. If your paper is like mine and you ended up down into the next question, you should probably draw a line to kind of split your questions. Take a moment to at least set up the next one. Lakin, what's up? You can simplify that fraction. What's it simplify to? Yeah. So 12 and 2/3, Lakin is saying, would be our simplified. And our label on that would be the label they had given us, kilometers per hour. I just kind of ran out of paper, so I broke my own rules and I did not write my label there. I left a naked number. That's not appropriate. Elias, what's the Usain Bolt question asking us to solve? What's it asking us to solve? In what? No, read the question. They're not asking us miles per hour. What per second? Guys, if I was you, I would highlight this. This might be your homework question. Meters per second. So Major, how many meters did he run? Major, you can throw your voice something crazy. It sounded like the answer came from over here. You should look at ventriloquism. 100 meters divided by how many seconds? Yeah, because I didn't say anyone's name. I reached the bottom of the deck of cards, so now I'm out of cards. How many seconds? 9 3/5. So guys, real quick, because we're almost out of time. 3/5 can actually turn into 0.6, and I can check that by doing 3/5. Right? In my calculator, I can type in 3/5, I get 0.6. If I do 100 divided by 9.6, it is still not a nice number. Keep this paper. We will continue working on that paper tomorrow. Try your homework at least a first time tonight. Try it at least a first time. All right, thank you very much. I know it's not very nice, right? We'll talk about what to do with that tomorrow. Have a great day. So, I'm not amused by that because you wasted time instead of writing down your math problem. So that tells me I can't let you use this calculator again.
That was like 5 seconds.
Jimmy, I don't care. That was not what you were being asked to do. That tells me I can't let you use that calculator again. So I'm sorry that you've lost that opportunity.